This girl is trouble, causing so much trouble. When she start to bubble and winding up she waist, this girl mashing up the place. She mashing up the place, mashing up the place. Hey, someone not able. She could go non-stop. She walking on the table like she don't care for.
So this is the finished look for the Desi x Katy eyeshadow palette. If you guys want to see how I got this look, stay tuned. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already doing so. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kim. So today I'm going to be filming my very first makeup tutorial. I know I look really crazy. I already have my eyebrows done, and I also did prep my eyebrows with my paint pot from MAC called Painterly. I'm going to be using the Desi x Katy Dose of Colors eyeshadow palette. I actually got it in the mail not that long ago, and I've just been waiting for a better camera, better lighting, so that you guys can see the details in my work. So I'm just going to get right into it. So I'm actually going to use all of their colors to do this with. Hopefully I don't have to edit out any of this. But if you see me look down, I have a mirror here, and then I also have a TV monitor over there just to make sure that it comes out good. So last week, I actually filmed this video for you guys, believe it or not. So I'm going in right now with their Girl Bye, which is this color, and their Necessary, and I'm going to use it as my transition color. So I'm just going to go right in with that. These are actually colors that I would similarly use to do a transition color. So I kind of do feel like this eyeshadow palette does kind of have it all. So I'm just going to go in with that. I'm just going to fan back and forth. But what I was saying earlier is I actually did film this video for you guys last week. I'm sure you're wondering why I had to film it again. I am going to insert a clip so you guys can see what I'm referring to as to why I had to film it again, probably up here or up here. But I filmed this for you guys last week, and unfortunately I got a ring light because I heard those are really good, for makeup tutorials. This one YouTuber really raved about it. So I was like, you know what, it's all in one. It's made by Ganson. It has the ring light, it has the camera stand, it has a mirror, that's perfect. I can just not have to hold this up, while I'm looking down to do like my eyeshadow. And I get it. First of all, the stand is very unsturdy, so I literally have to put a piece of cardboard underneath the stand that I just got. Yeah, wasn't really feeling that, but I'm like, you know what? I can work with it. No one's seeing the cardboard underneath. It's not that big of a deal. Let me just, use it. Let me just do this makeup tutorial and use it. I believe I filmed about 3 videos. And they all came out like garbage, and I'll tell you why. So the mirror on that tripod was covering up the viewfinder. Now I did also order a cable for the TV monitor so I'd be able to see myself, so that I can see, how much in focus I am, because if I'm filming like a fashion haul and I'm standing back there, I can't really see on the little viewfinder. So I decided, let's get the TV monitor, get the cable, but I ordered the wrong cable. So wasn't able to really see myself. So now I'm going in with Cheens right here. I'm just going to put that in the crease. It's just like a transition color. But yes, so I thought I had everything, but the cable was the wrong cable, so I couldn't really see myself. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm barely seeing the viewfinder, but I'm seeing my head, so I should be good. Yeah, not so much. Didn't really work out that well. I literally was only filming just like my head. And I'm like, yeah, you can see the makeup tutorial, and it was like in and out of focus. I didn't really like it. By the way, I didn't mention I'm using my MAC 224 blending brush to blend out all these different colors. Let's see how that's looking down there. This is looking really dark. I'm going to go back in with Necessary and just kind of lighten that up a little bit. But yes, so here I am thinking that, I'm filming this video and I'm finally getting everything done. Sorry, dropped some brushes. And I'm finally getting everything done, and I cut like half my head off. Nothing's in focus. So that ring light went back because it wasted my time, and I hate wasting my time. so it had to go. Yeah, so that's that. So that's why we're filming this video again. How fun. So now I'm gonna go in with Game Over, which is this color here. Yeah, going with Game Over. Now initially, when I filmed this video, I used a different color, but I just used this color on my friend, and I love the way it came out, so I'm just gonna use it. The one thing that I love the palette, because I feel like the colors are really nice, especially with like the holidays and stuff coming up. However, there's a lot of fallout, especially like with the glitters, so not really feeling that. But I'm just putting that over my lid itself, and I'm so out of it right now. MAC 252 brush. I think I'm out of it because I have to film this video again, so I just have to kind of remember what I did. But yes, to MAC 252, and I'm just covering my lid. I'm gonna do the same thing on both eyes. Normally I don't do like dark eyes, but like I said, I just did this on my friend. Halloween was, well, not Halloween, Halloween's technically tomorrow, but we went to a Halloween party on Saturday, which was a few days ago, and she was a cat, so I was like, you know what, let me just do this eyeshadow palette for glitter, because everything is going to be black, and it came out darker than I thought, so then I had to make it lighter, so I went in with another one of the colors that's in this palette, which I'm going to do for you guys shortly. And I loved how it looks, so I was like, you know what, let me do that when I'm filming, because the green color came out really nice. However, you know, could have popped a little bit more. I like my eyeshadow to pop. So now I'm going to go in with my same brush. I want to flip it over because I'm using the pigments, and for the pigments I like to use a synthetic brush. Just Kiss, which is like this little gold color here. So I'm just going to go in, and I'm just going to put that right in the middle. So just kind of give it like an ombre effect. Hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. Hopefully it's not coming out too dark. And I'm going to go to the other eye and do the same thing. Now I'm not sure, so I like the colors. I think they give you great range for everything and for on the eyes. However, I feel like it's a little hard to work with. Pretty colors, but a little hard to work with. There's like a lot of fallout. So, oh yeah, and I'm looking crazy because I have a whole bunch of concealer all over my face because my face broke out. I found out on my health journey that I'm allergic to dairy, and in finding that out, I had a salad from Panera Bread. I think I mentioned this to you guys before, and they put cheese in my salad even though I requested for no cheese, but I had the salad the next day and the cheese had melted, and I didn't realize until I was tasting it. And by that time it was too late, so I broke out. So when I do my brows, I will go in with my concealer and cover up all my blemishes. Now I'm going in with Rice Paper by MAC, and this is just a cheap $5 brush, I think, from CoverGirl. I've had it for years. I like to use that on my brow bone here. So it's going to be my highlight color. Normally I don't do it this heavy. That's really heavy. But I always go over it with Bamboo by MAC. So, gonna do that. Just because I like how it shows it up. And then Bamboo just kind of like tames it down. So I think that's looking pretty good. But I'm not gonna use Bamboo. I am going to use Basic in that same eyeshadow palette because I think it's the same color as Bamboo, or at least it looks the same. Like I said, this eyeshadow palette has a great range of colors. It's just that the glitters, there's a whole lot of fallout. So for those of you who put on your foundation first and your eyeshadow after, just be mindful of that you're going to have a lot of fallout. I'm going to put some more rice paper on this eye. I don't know what just happened, but it looks like it's not matching. And I like my eyeshadow especially to match because I feel like it shows up the most. I don't know where that, maybe it's just me. But yeah. So it looks pretty even. So now I'm just gonna go in on the rest of my face. I'm gonna lean over here to my makeup case. I am gonna use my MAC Fix Plus spray. I hope you guys can see that. But I usually just spray this on my face, especially right now my face is dry because I'm recovering from that really bad breakout. So I'm gonna put a little bit more than usual. So spray that, rub it in. And that also helps to blend out that concealer that I put over my blemishes. So it looks a little bit more even. I don't look crazy. And I'm going in with my ColourPop No Filter foundation in the shade Deep Dark 200. And I normally just pump that on my hand. The pump gets stuck. But what can you say for like $12? So I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna put that all over my face. I normally put it on my neck as well. My neck and then all the way in my hairline. Neck, chin, hairline. So I'll go in with this brush, and this is the MAC 187 SC. Why do I keep forgetting to mention the brushes that I'm using before? I apologize about that, guys. Okay. So I'm going with that. And then what I do after, so this, I like to use the brush when I'm applying my foundation, just because in terms of like, it gets everything spread out in a timely manner, which I like. So I use the brush, and then I'll go in with my beauty blender and then pat that in. Here's my beauty blender. When you have too many beauty blenders. So then I go in with a beauty blender and I just pat that in. I think that this helps it to like look a little bit more natural, look like it's your skin. So I like doing that. A little hair from the brush. I just go in. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in with my concealer, or what I use for concealer. So I use MAC's Pro Longwear Concealer in NW40. And then I also use their Pro Longwear Foundation in NW43. And I mix them because years ago I realized my hyperpigmentation was pretty bad. So when I would just use the NW40, I would kind of look really, really pale. That's when I was using my MAC foundation. So I switched and then I added in the NW43 because it helped to make it look a bit more natural. So I'm going to just go in with that. I am going to spray a little bit more of that Fix spray on this beauty blender. And yes, it's dirty. I like my brushes and my sponges dirty, just because I like the way it puts on my makeup better. But if I'm doing someone else's makeup, of course I don't do that. So I'm just going to blot those two colors and go in underneath my eye and just blend that out. May need a little bit more. And I do the same thing on my nose and my forehead. Yeah, definitely didn't mix enough. So I'm gonna mix a little bit more. I try not to put out too much because what ends up happening is, of course, it'll waste. And I hate wasting makeup because it's expensive. So, same steps. Go back in. And do that again. And you want to just bring it out and bring it down. So look how that's coming together. Looks crazy wet. That's okay, because I'm gonna bake. And I also recently started putting it on my chin and my cupid's bow, because I would notice when I don't put concealer in those places, it looks really, really dark. And I like for it to blend. So I'm gonna go back in on my nose. And then I also go over my eyebrows. And then just blend that out. Because the last thing I like is to have my makeup look unnatural. Oh, the eyeshadow is looking really good. Alright. And I haven't been contouring lately, but I am gonna contour. Just because, why not? You know, if I'm gonna do makeup, I'm gonna do full glam. So I use an angle brush. This is also just like a really cheap brush. And I find that it makes my contour lines really straight for me. And, you know, makeup is what you make of it. People do makeup differently, put makeup in different places. Like years ago, I used to wear lipstick as eyeshadow, and I think they've actually brought that back or started using that as a trend. But, you know, I like to experiment. So for me, this is what works. So I'm just going to draw a line on my nose. And I don't contour my nose too thin because my nose is, I consider it to be pretty wide. It suits my face, but it's pretty wide. So I just draw two lines that look like they're crooked. So I'm going to make it a little bit wider. So I do that. And then recently, I want to say maybe this year, I started contouring my nose like this. Apparently the old way I was contouring it is not best, which is just like straight down your nose. So I've started contouring my nose like this. And, you know, it looks a little bit more natural, so why not? I don't really see a major difference, but it looks better in pictures. And then my aunt told me when you contour your cheeks, you go from your ear to the end of your eye. So I learned this also in makeup, that you can't contour everyone's face the same because not everyone's face is shaped the same way. So draw that line just right to the end of the eye. And that's sometimes not even either. It's a lot harder than it looks, guys. A lot harder. So I do use a MAC 287 SE brush. Now I have a lot of the SE brushes because like if they have like their holiday collection, I usually just like pick that up so I can have extra brushes. And then what I do is like I'll go in to my hairline and I'll contour that. So it looks really, really, really natural. And then I'm gonna go over this line and brush that up. I just go over it with this a little bit, and then I also go over it with my beauty blender just to blend that out. And I also go over my nose contour. and you want to brush that up into your eyebrows. And I know, like I said, everyone does things a little bit differently. I know some people contour before they put on eyeshadow, but this is just what I find works for me. If I find another method that works for me, then I'll change that. But for now, this is what I've been doing, and it's been working. So until I find something new, I'm going to stick with this. You just want to brush that up into your eyebrow. Then I'm going to go back in with the end of the Beauty Blender. I'm just going to brush that up. It's coming together. And brush out the hairline. Just got to make sure that brush out the nose. Looks really good. Alright. Then I'm gonna take my Ben Nye powder and banana with a different beauty blender. What I do is I'll pour some in the cap. And I am gonna try some different setting powders. There's nothing wrong with this one, and I know, you might think banana is too light. However, I think, it works for me because I do end up going over it with a dark powder. So I'm just going to go in right underneath my eye where I've highlighted and just pack it in. And I didn't used to bake before, but I realized that when I didn't bake, you would see my flaws, my age. So I started baking just recently, in the last like 2 months maybe. All the years I've been doing makeup, I'd never baked before. So bring that down. Did I do it again? I did the same thing in the last tutorial, the one that was jacked up with the filming. Messed up under by the eye. So, and then you're gonna go in the center of your nose. And forehead. I'm just going to blend it out. I don't really bake my forehead too much. How do I look? I feel like I look like an owl. And I'm going to bake my Cupid's bow and my chin. I don't really put too much down here. Okay. Alright. Let's see if I can get naming this brush down right. So now I'm gonna go in. Did you guys see that? Gotta make sure. This rag that I use to clean my brushes and my lipstick looks a little raggedy. I don't want that on camera, not just yet. But I use MAC's MAC, what is it? 187 brush. And then I also use Clinique powder in the shade 146. So I'm probably going to experiment with different powders. But now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to go over the rest of my face. You see me lean forward because I dropped this powder so many times. Even though I have new ones, I don't like to waste. Makeup is expensive. And it broke. So I'm just going over where I don't really have all that highlight. Just put this powder, and it just sets the foundation because, as you guys can see, I really don't need the powder. The foundation actually does look really, really natural. But yeah, I'm just gonna go in with this. Okay, so I have the powder on. Now I'm gonna go in with my dry contour. And for that, I'm going to be using a MAC 109 brush. And I'm going to be using the blush in Blunt. You guys can see that's worn out. I use this a lot. And I'm just going to go over where I've already contoured. And I do my hairline, do that in a circular motion. And I also do this right here because I've found my face kind of looks fat sometimes. And I also go over where I've contoured on my nose. I look really crazy. Now I'm going to go in with my blush. And I've been switching my blushes up quite a bit. Right now I'm going to go in having a difficult time deciding. I'm gonna go in with Reason. That's a blush from MAC, and I'm going to use my MAC 129 SE, I think. It's a really old brush, so I have no idea what that number is, and I'm just gonna go in, rub that on this brush, see how much product I have on there, and I'm just gonna go right on top of that contour line. Do the same thing on the other side. So I've had Reason for a while. It looks really good on my skin tone. I just, was like, oh, in some makeup looks that I have, it looked a little like dark and crazy, so I stopped using it for a long time, and I started back and I'm like, why did I ever stop using this? This looks so good on my skin tone. I'm sorry that I keep looking over there. I'm looking at the monitor instead of looking at the camera. This is all very new to me. So I'm just gonna go over that with Peachy Keen, also by MAC. That's another one of my favorites. Okay. Now that that is done, I'm going to go over my highlight. My makeup case is so chunky. Gotta clean it. I wear makeup so much lately, I haven't had a chance to put everything back where it goes. So I'm going to go in with a MAC 130 SE brush, and I'm also going to use a mineralized powder in Deep Dark. I love this powder. I think that it looks really, really good to go over a highlight, and it gives you that that skin finish rather than that matte finish, which is what I usually go for. And once my makeup settles, you guys will see, if you follow me like on Instagram, you'll see that it looks like it's skin and like it's not like it's caked on. So I'm just gonna go over that highlight and I go around my mouth, because again, if I find that if I don't do that, it looks really dark. How you doing? Feeling myself. Cover up all these blemishes that salad gave me. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna highlight. So I've been recently using Glow With It by MAC. It's like a goldish bronzy color, and I find that this looks really good with my skin tone. I don't know why I keep looking at this monitor. I'm probably gonna move this monitor back here so I can look in this direction. First time for everything. So that's what's going on right now. So I'm just going to use this brush. I want to say it's a Laura Mercier, Smashbox. It's still written on there. It's faded. And it's a fan brush. And I'm just going to be generous with the highlight. And I'm just going to go on my nose, because I love the way that looks. Makes my nose look smaller in my mind. And I'm going to go right over that blush, holding this, looking there. It's crazy. Alright. This cheek always highlights better than the other. Don't you guys hate that? One side of your face looks better than the other. Alright. And I recently started doing the Cupid's bow. Why not? Alright. I'm gonna put liquid liner on. I am. It's gonna be a long tutorial, guys. The first one wasn't this long, I promise you. But filming on that was a little not the way it was planned. So now I'm going in with Black Track from MAC. It's their liquid liner, and then I'm using a brush in 210. I know a lot of people use like an angle brush for when they do their liquid line, and I used to use one of those until I watched the movie Burlesque, and there was a scene where Christina Aguilera was filming, I guess, with Cher, and she was using the angle brush, and then Cher just came over and just grabbed this really thin brush and did the liquid line. And because I was within like the return period with MAC, suppose, you know, not, what's the word I'm looking for? Coincidentally, that's the word. I was able to take it back. So I exchanged it for this brush, and again, it's whatever works for most. But that angle brush just, it never worked for me for a liquid line. And my eye is running. That's been happening a lot lately. I'm just gonna leave it, let it dry, because I'm afraid that if I don't, I'm gonna ruin my makeup. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of this black track to put back my beauty marks. I have 3 of them. They came out pretty big, but it is what it is. Just gonna wipe off that excess liquid liner. Then I'm also just gonna put on 1 layer of mascara. 1 on the top, 2 at the bottom. I use Voluminous Million Lashes by L'Oreal. I just love the way this comes out. Even when I'm just doing like a natural makeup look, it just makes my lashes look really full. So I would normally just use this first, and then I would use the false lash extension lash after. What am I doing? Did that prematurely. I'm gonna go in with a pencil brush and line underneath the eye. I was supposed to do that before I did the bottom lash, but c'est la vie. It's already done. My first makeup tutorial. Hopefully the others are a little bit better and not as long. If you guys stuck with me, thank you. So I'm going to use, I have 2 pencil brushes by MAC. They are the 210. Go figure, right in front of my face. Chair back. There we go. Maybe I'll edit that out. That'll be a blooper. Probably edit out a lot of this. But I'm just gonna dab that in the Carbon, which is their darkest black. Gonna go underneath that waterline. Just find that this kind of brings out the eyeshadow. So now I'm gonna go in with my other pencil brush in Swiss Chocolate. Dab that in there, that's this brown color. And I'm gonna go in under that waterline. I was actually a little discouraged from filming this video. It's pretty disappointed with what happened with the video itself just not coming out really well. But I guess everything happens for a reason, so here we are again. And I'm just gonna go back in with my mascara. Oh, did I really just do that? I totally just like got mascara in my eye. Now I gotta wait for that to dry. In the meantime, I'm gonna put on my lashes. So the lashes that I use are the Luxe Lashes by Lily's Lashes. So I've tried many lashes before, and I just find that these look the most natural. And in terms of like price, I think the price is just, they're really cheap. And when I say cheap, I know, you know, $30 for lashes, you know, $20 for lashes, $25. I think that's the range of her eyelashes. It's pretty expensive, but I used to be like really hardcore into MAC, and don't get me wrong, MAC is really good. A lot of their eyeshadows, I think, show up really good on dark skin, which is really what attracted me to it initially. And I used to buy their lashes, but at $17, not sure what the price is at right now, but at $17 it's pretty pricey. If you guys see me a little distracted, I'm just putting some duo eyelash glue on these lashes so that I can stick them on. But yes, at $17 I do think their lashes are a little bit pricey. And they don't look bad. It's just that when I can get lashes that are mink lashes and have them last a little bit longer, it's like, okay, then, you know, they're kind of overpriced. So I normally would either use the Lily's lashes on myself, or if I'm doing makeup on someone else, and I would use like the the Style Perfect or whatever. I'm gonna leave a link for it down below. But I normally use like the ones that come in a pack for like 4 or 5 for like $9, and they actually show up pretty good. And to me, they kind of look the same as the MAC lashes, which is the reason why I say they're overpriced. But yeah, so I've let the glue dry a little bit, and I'm just gonna put that lash on. And look at the difference that has made. Yes, honey. Should I put that thing in my waterline? Not too certain. I like how it makes my eyes look feisty. Yes, my eyes look feisty. And I've probably used these lashes maybe about 5 times already, so there's a little bit of excess glue on it. That's the only one thing, is like getting the glue off of the lashes after you've used them is a little bit hard, and I've ruined a couple pairs of lashes like that, which is upsetting to me because I'm like, I feel like they have more wears in them, but you know, still not bad. The lash strip itself is very thin, which I like. I did also order some new lashes from them. Not sure how I feel about it. The strip on those are a little bit thicker, but they're different styles. So I guess I was just kind of expecting the same thing and was kind of disappointed that I didn't get it. So you want to let this dry just a little bit. When you let it dry, it gets a little tacky. And then hopefully you guys can keep up with this video and just go through and do everything. But look at how the eyeshadow looks. Without the lash, with the lash. Oh, what a difference that made. It looks so good. I love the way the eyeshadow looked. Now I'm just looking for my lip brush so that I can go in. And not lip brush, lip liner. And I think it's, oh, it is actually lip liner. Sometimes it's eyeliner. It's whatever works for me. But it's just it's by Gabrielle. No one fancy. I got it from a beauty supply store, like my local beauty supply store. Local beauty supply store. Stop rushing. And yeah, it was like $1. I refuse to pay more than $1 for a lip liner. I just refuse. I don't see the value in it. I think I'm gonna go in with my Tropic Tonic. I have it up here somewhere. So what happens when I have too many lipsticks? I just have too many lipsticks. Oh, well that was easy. Well, easier. But yes, so I'm gonna go in with that Tropic Tonic by MAC. And it's just like that color. It's so pretty. Alright. Look at that color. And I think it just blends so nice. So no matter what color lipstick I wear, I always wear a chocolate brown lip liner. I'm dark skinned and I just find that on my skin tone it looks better. Anything else just kind of washes it out. So I always use a chocolate brown lip liner. Not sure if I want to put some gloss on this. I think I'm kind of feeling it without it, but I just know like when I put gloss on it, it just like amplifies the look even more. So I'm going to put some gloss on it. I have no idea, by the way, where my lip brush went. It might be in here in my bag of brushes, but no clue as to where it went. So the color that I've been really into, and I'm not certain if they make it anymore, or should I say if they make it in the same consistency, because I recently found out that MAC changed the consistency of their lip glosses, and because I don't really buy their glosses too much, I wasn't really aware of that. So I bought a gloss from them recently and I was like, why does this feel like this? The color on my lip is separating. So I gotta find another company to get like a gloss from where the gloss doesn't like separate on your lips. So the color that I'm gonna be using for the gloss is going to be Spice. I love this color. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put it on with my finger because I haven't been able to locate my lip brush. So much fun. So what I do is I just swatch it on my hand. Oh, let me show you the color and the thing because it's so pretty. One of my favorites. And I'm just gonna pat it on my lip with my finger, which is nothing wrong with that, but I prefer to use my brush. But I have to use what's available to me. How good that looks. I'm not sure if it goes with this look though. Should I change the lipstick? Should I change it? Should I change it? Gotta check in a different mirror. No, it looks good. It's a lot, but it looks good. Normally I don't do like loud eyes, loud lips, but this looks really good. Because in the words of my friend, I want to be seen, not heard. Yeah, so I want you guys to see this. That looks so good. Thanks for sticking with me. I know this video was pretty long. This is the final look. Thanks for watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.